Hello there everyone and welcome back to more XCOM Chimera Squad. I am excited for every single one of my agents is now, what is it, a principal agent, is it? They are fully trained. All we have left to do basically is to get them in some additional training to, what is it? Well, I guess it's literally just called training. I was wondering if there was anything fancy that it was called, but we still have to see what Shelter and Zephyr are capable of if I do infest the 5-day train to them. But ultimately, once I get the weapons upgraded, it just means I can play around with the compositions a bit and try and get the most out of the squad, or at least try and figure out my dream combo, if such a thing is even possible. For Torque, yeah, we're going to bring her in here because we have the enhanced submachine guns after all, and she also has Tag Team now, which allows her to have some fun activating my other agents, if used properly. And she has the reflex grip, so that combos incredibly well too, I want to argue. But I'm going to keep Godmother and Axiom for this one mission, at least until the train's done for Terminal, and hopefully the assault rifle is done for the assembly here, so that way I have reason to bring Ferg in more. Because I would like to understand and play with his puppeteer traits some more, because that's another example of my dream situation. Can puppeteer work with actual corpses, or at least knocked out enemies or not? If that is the case, it's a little bit unfortunate I did not go with, was it Shackles, is it? The one skill there that automatically, Collar, it automatically knocks them out when they're on the neural network. I would regret that a little bit, because imagine how many undead we could have there, potentially just permanently controlling them, since they are kind of not aware or awake to know what they're doing. At least that's my dream scenario I have in my head. It remains to be seen if that's the case though. And we have a couple of missions to do here. And after looking at all these missions, I think I'm going to do this tech support mission here, since it does give me 1 day progress towards the operation here, kind of like the Liberate R&D firm. But I need intel and maybe Illyrium more than I need the credits at this point. So what I'm going to do is just lock down, quarantine the ship, the switchyard. We're going to bring down the Anarchy. And I'm going to leave this riverside area to increase its unrest a bit. Since keep in mind, every Friday, that unrest is going to go down by 2. And it gives me some breather room to maybe do a mission here as well. And still have that 2 unrest to just naturally be brought down on Fridays. If I'm so lucky. And then next day I might bring the unrest down here as well with my vigilance. We'll see. We will see how it plays out. But not much else really to be said. We just have one encounter, including the infamous wall, which we're going to bust down in good fashion. Breaching charge is set. And oh yeah, you have your fancy gun. I don't think we even gave it to you yet. Yeah, chain shot. I am excited for this. It likely will automatically end your turn, but we'll go with it. And let me make items available, since I'm pretty sure Ferg had the superior scope, was it? Perfect. You are just as much a sniper as Ferg as far as I'm concerned, with your increased just base 20 aim, which I don't know why you have as a separate modifier, but we'll go with it. And superior autoloader, which I'm going to have to double check to see who benefits from that more. Advanced autoloader, I want to say Shelter benefit from it more, but since we only have a single encounter, we shouldn't have to worry too much about that. Regen Weave, but I want to give you Mac Weave because I want to argue that synergizes so well for you. And Hollow Scanner, which for shotgunners is probably pretty important. I don't know if I'm going to open up with that since we only have 1 breach after all, or 1 encounter. And I would like to give you a med kit. Who has the med kits? Since you're the only one who cannot heal yourself naturally with the lack of regen weave. And I do want to give you trank rounds too. Decisions. I'm gonna chance it, I guess. It's only one encounter, right? What could possibly go wrong? Famous last words. And Medpatch does nothing for me here, sadly, but we got a crew, we got a roster that's all epic weaponry. It feels kind of nice, I gotta say. Now, let's cruise right through these missions, hopefully. I don't want to be so optimistic to say we're gonna rapid fire through these missions, but it would be nice if it actually happens.
Hostiles protecting target device. Turn it off.
Sounds simple, and I think this is our infamous wall, is it? Yeah, if it avoids the mark and same number of targets, why the hell not? Outside maybe the rare opportunity Axiom panics someone. And this would be perfect. This works pretty well with a flash bomb, since you would think they're far more susceptible to getting flashbanged here. You would think, at least. So let's do this.
Going in.
Let's rock their world.
Throwing grenade.
I think we got none, sadly. Wow. We got none of them. That's a little bit of a shocker. Oh well. And we have dragon rounds. You could die. And you're the aggressive one too. I'm just trying to remember who we have. We have Torque, we have Godmother who's got Alpha Strike, and we have Shelter who just disorients people. So I think it's best to just try for guaranteed crit kills, which would probably be you even with the armor. Brute's gonna take a bit of a beating, so maybe a combo of Torque and Axiom to kill the Brute, even though Godmother is probably perfect against you anyway. Alkalite, you're a one-shot kill with the dragon rounds. Yep, you're just dead. Unless I want to subdue you, which is an opportunity. And yeah, actually, let's try and knock you out because both Torque and Shelter have the trank rounds, even though you're basically dead. It's a different story when you're just immediately out of the equation, isn't it? Although you're still gonna shoot us, so... So let's get our prisoners. And what about you? Godmother can take you out, so let's just grab 2 prisoners right away. Hunker down, and there's more on the ground.
See that target? Stop it. ASAP.
Okay, we have 3 rounds to stop it. That's simple enough. And I think we just put people in position. Hitman, without a doubt, we should just get rid of. And we have ways to do that. What do we have down here? Necromancer, Cobra. So disorientation does nothing on the Necromancer, so I would argue there's not really much need to flashbang. Although I could go down there and quake, but that's just damage and not really a stat modifier.
Amped up.
I would argue at least. Nope, I don't want to pump up yet, because you know that could go badly. Oh, you're hunkered down, silly me. I could bash the Brute, but that doesn't help either. I did not consider he was hunkered down when I did that. Ooh, you're just as good, though. I will happily take that chance to stun you or knock you out. Disoriented. I'll take it, but do we kill you? Because Necromancer and Hitman get the Ghost Roll. I want Godmother to deal with the Brute, so I think I'm okay with the Thrall being let loose. Although 100% chance to just straight up kill. I might as well burn my flashbang, because why not? Oh, friendly. Oh, it's the civilian.
Throwing flash.
He should be
Excellent
fine.
distraction.
Unnecessary, probably, since I'm just gonna rapid fire our necromancer and kill him immediately. And that justifies it, because he would have survived to despawn stuff and shoot
Hostile
me.
isn't moving.
By the numbers.
Now, Godmother, I already mentioned the plan here. If you can go after our brute friend who's out in the open, that would be kind of nice. Although it's a serious question. Can you hit both of them somehow? I think you can. It's sadly, well, we have overtime. That will
Squad
alleviate
ready.
a little bit of your predicament. And I don't even need run a gun, so... I think she has to go here, but again, she has 3 action points, so maybe I should be okay. There, that's justifies it right there. Hit them both, please. And does that enrage you? Yes. Now come over into my welcoming arms. Night-night.
One less target.
Now,
Reloading.
remember, we need
Her
prisoners still.
guiding power directs. The sharp stars pierce.
You shot the wrong target, buddy.
Tracking target weapon.
Aww.
I'm hit. Still up.
Well,
Cover
we have...
me while I reload.
We can't subdue. We can shoot. I'm just wondering who else do we potentially have. Ideally, I want to try and knock out all these guys.
Reloaded.
And really, maybe I just... Well, actually... Can I shoot? No, I can't. So let's just hunker down. Because again, I want to just knock these guys out, if that's at all possible. And what does chain shot do again? So it's the same as rapid fire, but I have to hit them. So I think chain shot may not be needed here, but just to be safe, I'm gonna look at my
Needed the
odds.
exercise.
98%. What's the damage? Yeah, we'll just chain shot. A little better, yeah, better odds than just a dang, was it 97%? Or 33% chance I don't
exists.
knock him out, rather.
Textbook.
And I am curious about Fracture. It doesn't end the turn, but without a doubt, I want to knock out our friend still. Which doesn't work very well. If I can't get a... Oh, I got a guaranteed hit. Who am I kidding? And from what I understand, you do not end the turn, so don't prove me wrong. Let's see what this new skill does. Okay, so you're pretty much just a weaker version of Shelter, sadly. But we can have fun with you. Yeah, just hit him, slow him down. And yeah, no point in really just repositioning. Ooh, disoriented audio as well. Now the only thing I'm not sure about, does relocate... I should have really checked that, since relocate is like I had to unlock a skill that reduces their turn order. So that's something I should have checked there. But you're prisoner number 4.
I stopped the hostile.
Don't let it
Yeah.
go to your head.
Now, I could try to smash you, which would be more damage and it should not kill you. And then hopefully Godmother can follow up.
Neighbor.
Looks like I might have to take the hit here. At least Axiom, assuming he does the root poison, only Axiom should be affected, right? And I want to get my additional prisoners because intel is pretty important. I just wish I could have
Fair
done
to
one,
subdue.
a little bit more damage. Ah. Oh well, no prisoners, I guess. Or another
Reloading.
5. Still a good chance to get the intel, but not exactly what I had planned. But nice simple mission. And I got my intel, so definitely worth it there. Train's done for terminal. Now let's
So, your question from earlier.
Before you got testy about your accent.
I wasn't. Just ask your question.
Could you read this word to me aloud?
What in the world is a jabberwock?
Oh, you said it. Oh, you said it. So much better than I imagined.
Shouldn't have bothered.
Oh boy. Terminal's being terminal. Now, what was I thinking? Oh yeah. Let's have a look and see what training opportunities there are. Right? What is this? Psionically drains life from a target in melee range. This damages the target and heals the user. This is also usable by Shelter Side Fracture. Ooh. So he has another way to regenerate health. Which in all honesty, since he needs to be in melee range, unless I get unlocked potential, is going to be really difficult to do. So I don't think this is worth getting yet, but more abilities for both the Fracture and Shelter, especially that helps his life, sounds pretty good. It's just an honest question on how much damage does it do. That's the only thing we're not sure about. High impact. Crowd control will apply a random debuff to each target. Potential outcomes include disarmed, rooted, and disoriented. Did it already kind of do that? Or is this saying, oh, it's guaranteed now to put a random effect on them? Maybe that's what's implying. If so, then I like that potential a lot, because sadly her damage potential is probably the weakest of the group at the moment. Maybe arguably weaker than Carup's once his master crafted pistol is unlocked. So, hard to... I can't really use her as kind of the rusher as what I'm doing with Godmother, sadly. Now, we'll put Verge on the assembly, and with that said, let's bring back in Terminal. Although I forgot what train you did. I can't remember what train did I give Terminal. Was it the additional utility slot, which I'm assuming is what I did, or did I give her the Overwatch buff? I'm assuming it was the third utility slot, which can be pretty handy. Now, it doesn't matter which one of these we choose, because we're going to get both benefits. And actually, I have the intel now, so what I'm going to do, assuming this is working as I am envisioning, upgrade that to level 3, and then it removes 4 points of unrest. Perfect. Getting it to rank 3 gave me that extra point, so that's perfectly fine by me. More wiggle room. And then we'll grab this stuff here. Nothing else needs to be done. And we're golden. We just need to start... Well, I have a special operation currently going for a free field team, right? So yeah. What I need to do is just save up my intel for the scavengers market then. Since my intel is already covered for the switchyard. And then everything will be level 3. Nice and convenient.
Alright, so last time I said the voice on the radio is never your friend. What about me? Good old Floyd never steered you wrong. Are we pals? Am I your friend? Of course not. You don't know me. You don't know what I want from you. I say I want you to think for yourself. What if I want to make you feel like you already do? Know why someone wants you to think, and you'll know what they want you to think.
Well, you're an interesting fellow there. I'm pretty certain that's the same sectoid that we saw in the introduction there. After doing the tutorial mission, is it? I believe so anyway. I just honestly can't remember. And we have a lot of choices here. Because, yeah, we're going to have to deal with we would have to deal with anarchy either way. So I'm fine with letting this go, because what benefit we get here is 1 additional day towards the operation reveal. And I don't really get additional benefit here outside of more intel, I suppose, which we get a little bit here regardless. So damned if you do, damned if you don't, sadly, since we had 4 other regions that could have gotten increased unrest and I wouldn't have been bothered by it. So a little bit of bad luck there. But I'm going to settle for the hot tip, deal with the anarchy as it appears, and we should be okay. Although, I won't be able to do the situation as a result of that. It's the only downside. We get a frag grenade. Ooh, we get 2 grenades, so I'm finally going to get to see what these are all about. Don't know if I'll need them or not, but we have that option. And really, all I care about is just increasing the progression towards this objective. So we're doing it just for that alone. There we are, Terminal. You got... I don't know what to make of this. It almost looks like you have an additional weapon mod, I'm not gonna lie. As cool as that would be. Oh, this is gonna be annoying. I have to go back to the armory to unequip Torque's weapon. Unless they changed that in the patch that I'm unaware of. I guess I could have checked that to see, but not an issue at all. Now, how are we going to equip you? Do I even want to give you chain shot? What's your aim? 76 versus 76. So it really doesn't matter who I give what. Halo Bolt sounds better for Terminal, since Shelter has other abilities after all he can use that can do damage. So I am fine with this, and if he can get in a good position for a chain shot with his swap, then I could not ask for better. That's probably the best damage output we can get with chain shot. Oh yeah, silly me, Torque's still in the squad. So I'm overthinking this, aren't I? Ah well. So much for having everyone equipped with epic weaponry. It's still a question. Do I want Shelter with the regular gun? I think so, based on what I just said. Although we want to give the targeting system and autoloader to Terminal. Let's see, targeting system and the advanced autoloader. Since I don't think Shelter is going to be using his weapon enough to justify anything too fancy. So regen weave, without a doubt, and we haven't even, let's see, grapple point door, 2 encounters. Alright, so what kind of breaching options do I want? Holo scanner sounds nice. Who is gonna be the other one to drop flashbang? Probably Shelter, I suppose. So you're gonna get the flash bomb. Without a doubt, you should have the med patch since you're almost always going to be last. Oh. I was expecting that to be a regular utility item, not my breaching item. So, all sorts of stuff I'm going to have to learn with you there, Terminal. And that's all I have. Flashbang's already equipped. Okay. I have Dragon Rounds. Where was that before? And actually, I should give the Dragon Rounds to Torque. There we go. And these 2 will have the Trank Rounds, because I still want to get the prisoners, ideally. And I should not really need the med kits unless I'm worried about them getting poisoned, but I don't need Overdrive Serum for anyone except maybe Axiom, if I were to be honest. If 5 armor on Axiom would be ridiculous. Is that what I actually want to do? Because I do miss out on... Am I willing to forego a flashbang on him? I'm just wondering the benefits. Because Smoke Bomb is not really useful because they're all psionics. Almost the majority of them. So that's my thinking there. Although I could always buy stuff, but I did not plan ahead of time if I was going to buy other utilities like the Ceasefire Grenade. Which again, almost all these guys are psionic, so I'd rather deny their psionic abilities than anything else. And also, yeah, smoke bomb. I was going to trade this for the flashbang. Not as comfortable with Terminal having it. So I wonder... I would like to give Shelter the flashbang because I see value with his swapping around, teleporting around. I see real merit to him utilizing it. And do I need a hair trigger? I think I should be fine. Maybe. I'm just trying to figure out how to optimize this. Because you have the flash bomb. We'll have the holo scanner for a second breach, but I'm just wondering, I should be able to forego the med kit. Because we do have terminal after all. What am I trying to buy now? I almost forgot what my plan was here. I could get more flash bombs, but I don't know what I'm trying to grab. I'm just trying to see if there's an opportunity to take out the nano med kit. But I think we're okay. Let's not overthink it too much with how simple these missions have been so far. It just may not be the most optimal type of squad because we have a lot of submachine guns, so we're hurting our potential with the lack of epic weaponry.
Confirmed sighting of contraband. Hostiles present.
Alright. Everyone's on a rappel point. It's relatively safe. So it seems like Axiom's in the middle, judging by the number of targets here. Stun, crit, dodge. So I think Terminal goes here just because she's going to be going last. And the other two stun. Sadly, I can't use my flashbangs or anything. So it's a question, who do I want to go second? Probably Torque. She has the chain shot after all, and really good mobility on the first turn. And guaranteed critical hit too. And I'm pretty certain she has the dragon rounds as well, which should help a bit.
Follow me.
Let's do this. Now I'm curious how Torque breaks through. It didn't want to show us. So we'll just imagine Terminal broke that window. So Thrall, easy picking there. And we have 2 encounters, so I have some leniency to just knock out people. Yeah, and you do 7 damage. It's better if Torque just takes out the Thrall, right? So how much... Yeah, Torque basically kills you, no matter what. And no one's aggressive. Night. And we could just knock you out, if that's what I want to do. Dazzle's really tempting on the Codex, I won't lie. Because you should not be terrifying, but you will disable weaponry. And that's part... Yeah, with autoloaders, I should not have to worry about you disabling people. So let's lock down our Codex. Completely unnecessary, I guess, since none of them is really attacking me. I just don't feel threatened by the Hitman. And let's soften you up. And you're hollow targets. Sadly, not enough damage. Oh yeah, everyone increased side damage, so gotta be mindful of that. Codex is disoriented, so I want to go be so bold as to not worry about him. I want to be so bold. I could destroy all their cover. And that would set up nicely for future turns, especially on the sorcerer. Because here's what I'm thinking. I'm gonna just quake in the middle of all of them and destroy their cover. I gotta be mindful. I could destroy that objective. So let's see how this works. Yeah, I think I'll avoid the hitman because it's not highlight, but I am worried that I might destroy the objective. So I think that's the plan. Although, I could have just rapid fired the sorcerer, but she goes really late. Now, let's just weaken you in that case.
Kraken skulls.
You should not split or anything like that. Although, I would have preferred you not dodging. Let's hope this doesn't destroy what I'm fearing. You're still disoriented, you wasted your turn. I'm fine with that.
Target acquired.
Oh, I forgot to boost his rage for the free attack too, didn't I? I am forgetting about that a lot. Probably because of how inconvenient it is to just activate it ahead of time. Fish's bite, what does this do? 5 damage and it poisons them. The problem is, I'd rather knock him out. And I have the reflex grip, right? I don't think I have the reflex grip, I forgot about that. I was more worried about the autoloader and all that. No, I don't want to fish his bite. And actually, just gave point blank range because of that little oversight. Can I put you somewhere of cover though? Because any bit of extra accuracy. Let's see. Resonant already buffed, so he's not gonna do it. I don't know what else he might do though. Cobra is crippled, but Shelter hopefully could just not kill him immediately with a soul fire. And the Resident has full health, which I guess this is an opportunity to see what it does. Oh yeah, and I gotta keep my hitbands about to go too. But I'm not worried about him, and thankfully Chain Shot is not a one-time use thing. I just don't like 98%.
Splattered a hostile.
Definitely a waste of cooldown. Oh yeah, dang it, she didn't have trank rounds, stupid me.
Locking down target.
Yeah, we could knock you out, which I would like to do. And you have a good opportunity to hit and knock out the Codex, so what I'm thinking, maybe we could kill 2 birds with 1 stone here. I gotta keep in mind I just burnt that for the rest of the mission.
Best I move.
So I'm burning a lot of abilities here. 4 damage, okay, that terrified me when I saw only 3 highlighted. Actually, let me see.
Hostile.
Oh no! Oof. I hit 2 thinking it would go to my relocate. But no, it just confirmed the ability. Since what I was thinking there was actually checking if it slowed them down, like with Shelter. So let's try to knock out the Codex.
Thought that was a miss.
You're not organic. That's what happened there. Ooh, interesting. You can actually heal people. That I was not aware of. So, Bruiser. You can also get slowed down. And what else can... Okay, so I got a few options. I think most of them involve using pin down on our Bruiser here. Now, what do I want to do next? Damage the Resonant, which I can't knock out, or do I cooperate and prime our Hitman? Because I think Axiom is perfect for going over here and just subduing him. And how much health do you have? I want to make sure you don't just die. So there's a chance he could get knocked out. Actually, I have flashbangs, but let's save that actually. Because again, we have another breach option. Since we don't have any prisoners yet, and I want to make sure he's low enough to take as a prisoner. The only problem is I don't trust Shelter to do enough damage. Unless he soul fires. Well, he might, or at least doesn't have the accuracy, rather. Yeah, that's what I feared. You could just kill him right now. Okay, good enough for me. Alright.
Out of the way.
Grab the objective.
Watch yourself.
And knock him out. You're coming for us.
Subdue the target.
There. Let's see. Shelter can slow them both down. Well, actually, we don't know if the fracture can actually slow them down. With what is it? Relocate. Actually, are you good with just... Can you hit both of them? No, you can't. I would have been excited if you were able to just hit both of them and then shoot. Since again, you don't have the reflex grip. And... do I actually... ton pool? That's not a ridiculous idea, is it? I'm just trying to guess. If they get pulled here, I don't think they can see them. Yeah. No, they wouldn't see him, so a ton pool's not worth it. I just want to be certain of that. To try and get an extra attack in. Good damage there. But you could get knocked out, so... you could also die. So, this could backfire. Close enough. Ooh, you can soul fire some more. And... soul fire ends the turn, does it? And it does not slow you down on the queue, okay. That's all I need to know. And I just helped you out, buddy. You got cover now.
On your choices.
I hope you're happy. I get the feeling he's not happy, though. Now, slow him down some more, then subdue. Should work, right?
Trading places.
Oh, God. Is this just relocating twice on the same turn achievement? If I had to guess, that's what it was.
Subdue the target.
Now, no one needs heals. Which does make me wonder if Terminal's out of a job now, but... and you have a good chance... you need to do 7 damage, so it's... but everyone... yeah, you're just ridiculously slowed down now.
Moving. Cover me.
So let's just try for... I was thinking maybe just subdue.
Take that.
But we take you out. It works. Just thinking maybe it saves everyone some time. Alright, only 2 targets, and they do less damage, so... although... Flash Bomb and Hollow targeting is not all that useful here. Not a breach I was expecting. So, what am I suspecting? We're probably having a sorcerer or some big target, maybe. So let's just increase our chance of murdering them.
Keep behind me.
Throwing grenade.
Okay, just standard hitman, nothing fancy here. And an alkalite, which you just get one shot at. And I think he's dead. And yeah, 100% can't say no to that. And then we have 2 other shots to just knock him out. Well, that was convenient. Although, okay, that was weird. It seems really humorous that
Eyes on the target. Once you have it, leave.
That the sorcerers of all people who are immune to mental effects are the ones that are panicking. I don't know if I should take great delight in this or not. And I worry, because we've been in this situation before, I really worry about just going down here and triggering extra waves. Since I think that's what happens here. And I'm wondering who to rapid fire. Because this is where I would love
Make way.
This is where I would love the overdrive serum here. Now, what are odds to hit? Really tempting to go for the Archon. Oh, Necromancer's about to go, so maybe I should try and make him a priority. Especially if 100%.
Target killed.
I'm still ahead of you.
Now, Axiom, you're gonna take a hit, maybe get some armor shred, I think. And we already know how to deal with you. We know exactly how to deal with you. Okay, and you gave us a rare opportunity to hit 3 targets at once.
Blinding hostiles.
You screwed up, buddy.
I shot.
Now, I am honestly curious. We still need to get more prisoners, or at least one more prisoner. But I was wondering, maybe go in here, grab Axiom with the ton grab, and then just booking it. But I do want to at least get my intel. Fish's bite. Yeah, that will end the turn, though. I was a little bit afraid of that. It doesn't seem all that exciting, honestly, but especially with only a 62% chance to hit, for crying out loud. Can you? Oh yeah, you can just hit him from up there, and that gives you better cover, honestly. Now the question is, who do you ton pull? Well, apparently you could shoot people, but you can't grab them. Which would have been really nice if you could have just pulled the Sorcerer or the Brute, really. To burn teamwork now or not, though, I'm honestly trying to figure out. Yep, you're angry. You have 3 action points. And you're on fire, so maybe you can't do burnout anymore. But you are going to hurt us, though.
That stings.
Only 1 point of damage. No. Sadly, can't do much here, but it helps position you a little bit, Shelter. Maybe not much. Yeah, maybe it's not as exciting as I thought, because Shelter's now exposed to maybe getting shot at quite a bit. But there's a very slim chance you might die, and even if you don't, you could just burn death.
Target gone.
Alright, we got our quota. So let's prepare for evac.
Incompetent.
Now, cooperation is not available. We do have flashbang, but most of them are already flashbanged. I am just wondering if I just evac now with terminal. Because the torque and shelter are just up on the high ground where they're not really going to see them. And I do want to cripple our Archon, although, yeah, you weren't disoriented when you moved, so really, all of them are going to be disoriented before, for at least until next turn. So I should be fine shooting at whoever. Although that graze is annoying. Now I wonder what happens here. Counterattack.
Soften the blow.
Crack the shell, then tear the meat.
In all honesty, I was kind of afraid I would never get to see it in action, and good God, did it ever hurt like hell. That was a brutal attack.
Coming through.
I suppose that works.
That attack alone just made it worth my while, because you never know if he, well, if he'd gone berserk, he wouldn't have really ran off in a random direction, right? He should have been fine. And
Deflection. That's some
and
tough armor.
that hull targeting just negated
no
the
use.
penalty.
Hostile isn't moving.
So we could basically get ourselves a free kill there. Now all we have to do,
Needed the
Just-
exercise.
yeah, teamwork axiom
If
and
you
run the
must.
hell out. Although there's no one to really spot or shoot at. Although I could have just ton pulled you. That was the original plan after all.
Incoming.
Oh well.
Keep low.
Redundancy is never a bad thing, I guess. And we are done. And I was worried of what was going on there for a moment. Shelter, your
Heading
turn
out.
to bamboozle. Nice, simple, clean. Poor terminal didn't really need it, the healing. Which is a little bit sad, considering we're playing on impossible difficulty at this point. We're suffering a little bit from the same problems we have with regular XCOM too. Once we unlock all the endgame stuff and get everyone leveled up, the game potentially just becomes too easy or too simplistic, I guess. But let's not get carried away, since we did have that truck explosion that murdered poor Shelter and screwed me over that one time recently. But we are swimming in
When I
wealth.
first gained my abilities, Muton minds felt very different.
Yeah, before the Elders fused us with human DNA, we were brutes.
Do you remember what it was like?
Vaguely. I have general impressions, but nothing more.
Sort of like a muscle memory?
Back then, our brains were almost entirely muscle, so yes, that's apt.
Interesting. And let's see, I don't need armor piercing ammo. I don't need superior mag, so I don't really need any of these. As ridiculously powerful as the Multite is, we don't even need this at this point, if I were to be honest. And we got, yeah, I figured as much. Anarchy. And bad operators. Alright, that just gives us intel, which I would have liked, but since there's nothing of value at this scavenger's market, I could just build this up more. So I'm not really worried. And I believe this increases unrest by 2, doesn't it? Yep. Although I don't have to worry about that here so much. So I think for this one, we're going to bring our top guns. So I'm going to bring Godmother back in. Do I get rid of Terminal or not? Because this should be one of the harder type of missions, you would think. You would think. If anything, Shelter has been one of my favorites to play with, just because of his ability to manipulate everyone's turn order and still getting really good positioning at the same time. So I'm really liking how he plays. Actually, a lot of this will come down to what kind of outbreak we're dealing with. If it's the 1 breach or 3. Yeah, it's the 1 encounter, so I can get amazing value out of his rupture. So we'll bring Godmother in with that said. Torque for a little more crowd control. And well, I'm waiting for the assault rifles to get upgraded first, so we'll leave this as is. And tomorrow, then I could seriously consider having Furge. Although, let me just check. Can I make items available and get my rare weapon? Nope. Or epic weapon. This is not at all annoying. But I'll have to go with it. Not much I could do about that. Especially when I have 3 people with submachine guns. Everyone else are fine, really. Furge is the only assault rifle. I have 2 shotguns for Godmother and Axiom, who basically have the proper ones, I would argue, for them. I would argue, at least. Although rapid fire would still be better than run and gun on Godmother, probably. Run and gun probably still be useful on Axiom as well. Might be. Oh, stupid me. I was supposed to unequip terminal. I don't know why I'm picking on poor Torque. She's on every mission, basically, and yet I keep assuming she's not part of the mission. Poor Torque. I just completely forget about her, and everyone who loves their Vipers are probably going to hate me now because of that. Alright, so there we go. You got the hail of bullets. We got everything equipped. And now a question of who gets the overdrive serum. And let's see, hair trigger. And let's not forget about the reflex grip. As much as I love giving you the scope. Reflex grip sounds so much nicer for you if you're a high chance to hit. And didn't I just take... Oh, I saw I just took off the scope, stupid me. So let's fix this. Although that's not a terrible idea either, but I'd rather the free reload. And the advanced autoload, there we go. Regen weave. We don't really need much of this stuff. And if anything, depending where we're attacking, a hollow field or just increasing my accuracy would probably be better for a breach. So what I'm thinking, give the hollow scanner to Godmother. Unless I'm okay with her going third and then Alpha striking. I think that might suit me a little bit better, since Axiom can pretty much murder anyone who's going to go before Godmother and Torque. Ideally. And where's my dragon rounds? Oh yeah, Torque has those too. So you're going to downgrade to the trank rounds for getting prisoners. You get the dragon rounds for murdering the high priority targets. And I like my flashbangs too much. Let's see. 4 to 5 damage, 3 to 4 damage, so. And I want to assume this is a free action. Again, I don't really need it. I've been doing good about flanking because of the absurd amount of mobility everyone has. So I want to argue crowd control is probably better, but I would have to play with it. Since there's still this weird situation we had where the bombs or the grenades are on like a turn order. They detonate after a certain time, so I don't know what to really expect there. So I'm just going to go with what I know. And let's see. Advanced scope. Advanced scope. No one has the superior scope, let's keep that in mind. So Axiom, you're getting that to help negate. Where's my superior scope? I just checked that. I know I have a superior scope because Torque had it, so. Where the heck is my superior scope? Okay, is this some weird bug or glitch where I can't just replace a scope because I have a scope already equipped it, even though I'm trying to unequip it? That's a little annoying. But I think we're all set either way. I think I know what the plan is. Depending on... yeah, I think I'm just going to hollow targets to maximize my chances to hit. We're not even going to worry about the flash bomb this time. Ooh. Fancy.
Civilians under attack. Stop that outbreak.
Yeah, disorienting them would be great at hopefully protecting civilians. Let's see, first shoots through is guaranteed to hit, so we know what Axiom's doing. Hollow Skinner's not needed. Ooh, and +3 damage. Axiom, you get the rare privilege of just obliterating the poor fool you see. Probably not the first fool you see, but the poor fool who dares get in your way.
Grenade out.
2 berserkers, really? So Hitman, 1, 2, 3. I'm just wondering how much damage because you have dragon rounds too. So 10 damage guaranteed kill there. I'm just wondering on the big high priority threat, like you. But I think we can worry about you later. Yeah, let's just kill you. Probably didn't need to care about him so much since everyone else would have had a really good chance to hit him. You don't have dragon rounds anymore, so I think that is Godmother's job there to deal with him. You don't kill much otherwise, and I don't really want to gamble that you might kill the thrall. So just take a good hit. Or a good chance to hit anyway. I was expecting better odds to hit, I won't lie, but it's a guaranteed kill if you hit, so it works for me. Ooh, guaranteed knockout here, I'll take it. So that's 1 down. That poor hitman looks in a terrible piss. Okay, so he was just hovering there and he's still twitching. He's still alive. Slowly bleeding out. He just didn't realize he's dead. So Axiom's potential is a little bit limited just because we're too effective at killing people. So that just means we can save it for next turn. Nice. We can rescue these civilians. We gotta prevent 3 of them from dying. I don't think I can stop the Alkalite. The hit chance is probably not all that impressive for me. Oh, and you're hunkered down too, so that's another problem. So, I think what we do is try and kill off one of these. Oh, they're no longer hollow target. I figured it would have lasted a little bit longer. We still got 3 kills, so it's not like it was a bad thing, but still. 97 or 79. I would love to go after you because obviously you're a bit of a... well, there's no civilians near you, so maybe I don't have to worry. Am I so worried as to rapid fire, though? I don't think I need to yet. Enrage, +2 damage.
I trust in her command.
At least it tells us what it does now. The suplex, that's easy to deal with. I'm just having a hard time wondering who goes after civilians. Probably the berserkers, just judging by his movement. Okay, so I'll live with that. So chain shot on you would be amazing. I would love a
Look into
chain
the
shot,
light.
but let's keep in mind, you also are hunkered down. So I might not have the best chance to hit you. And the other question is teamwork.
Do you want to die? Then stay here.
Did we get the other civilian too? Nope. Yeah, that justifies that. Cause yeah, 66%. That is not really worth chancing. Oh, and I can't fish his bite. Why can't I? I still have movement, right? Is there something I don't know about fish's bite? It probably would have still been a terrible chance to hit, I won't lie, but still. Oh, I see an opportunity. I may not be able to shoot you, but I'll happily grab you if I could get away with it. I got lucky there. Or at least it was 87%, so it was reasonable, but I feel like we've been always hitting our shots,
Just go
so
to sleep.
I am not looking I know these misses are going to happen eventually. Yeah, I think I want to leave you be and shelter knocks you out. Although this is not very good positioning for Godmother. It feels like. Overtime would be good here. Since it is a one encounter thing, so why not just burn everything?
Moving.
And I want to make sure I don't blow it. Although, sadly, I would have loved to have gotten a flank position. Although I do have run and gun. This is a perfect opportunity
Moving
for
and
it.
shooting.
I haven't had much need for it because Alpha Strike just allows so much mobility, but this kind of mobility is a little underwhelming. Or do I go after the Cobra instead? Because you're disoriented, you're limited what you can do. Actually, I can go after both, can't I, because of overdrive? Or overtime.
Cover me.
I should be able to anyway. We need to get prisoners, keep in mind, so let's not get too carried away.
Reloading.
Now, shelter should be able to knock you out. Should be. Oh, never mind.
Target down.
Godmother's too good at
surrendered.
Godmother's too good at her job. You don't get to do anything. And yeah, we don't have to really worry about too much here.
Go on. Get out of here.
Alright. Shoot you or shoot you and you're hunkered down. I think I take the 88 and prime you for maybe a knockout. That I was not expecting. Well, I hope the Berserker knows how I feel, dang it, when Shelter has to immediately die. The problem is their Berserker lived. Shelter didn't.
Spectral copy.
Oh, that was probably a mistake, because I wanted to do more with Shelter, I think. Because I don't think he can be able to shoot the Berserker, but at the same time,
Going over there.
I'm basically at the point where I don't even need to worry about intel, do I? I basically got everything I need at this point. So I think it's just shoot to kill at this point. Yeah, let's just team up with Godmother and just not really worry about trying to capture him. Overwatch means nothing here. And repositioning you doesn't help either, so just hunker down, speed up your turn. Oh, you lost your... No, you're still 80%. Never mind. So I could subdue you. I don't know what to do about a Cobra. And you already explode, so I should be safe.
Arrested the target.
And Axiom, you won't get much of a flank shot. And Torque is safe from if she gets shot at. Yeah, I'm aware of the traffic jam, but you can stop honking, okay? We'll have it cleared up in a moment. It could have been cleared up right now if we hit.
Adhering target.
Well, that's convenient. It drew fire for me, which is a plus. So, Shelter gets to go, so let's swap positions. Hit you with some Soulfire. Although I was going to say that was terrible positioning, I would argue.
Don't let you hurt my friends.
I feel a little bit unnerved by how he sounds there with his Rupture clone, even if he's trying to protect everyone. But mission complete. Oh wow, we got 4 prisoners because we knocked out 2 of them, I guess. In the breach. Well, that went a little bit better than I expected. Although, again, I probably don't need the trank rams anymore upon that realization. Since we don't really need intel for much else anymore. I would argue. And we have our master
How do you inject so much naive optimism into terrible situations?
I'm Canadian. Or I was when Canada was a thing.
Canadian. Right, the maple-flavored kind.
Did you say flavored?
Medallions of Canadian, fresh off the griddle.
Please tell me you mean Canadian bacon.
Of a sort.
We already heard that, dang it, Torque. And I really do want to get the improved training. It's only 3 days. The sooner we get this, the sooner we can get everyone else all maxed out on the training. And speaking of which, our special operations also done. Although, we're doing so well, what do I really go after? In all honesty. I guess reduce unrest. I suppose if we have to do something, it might as well be the unrest, right? But I think I'll leave it here. It'll be a slightly shorter episode, but I am super excited. Well, I'm going to have to redo all this anyway, but I am super excited for getting close to finishing this up. Especially when we get 2 agents in train at the same time. Then I can get everyone completely maxed out and trained. And then my power will be unlimited. Even more absurd than it already is. Thank you everyone for watching. I will see you next time.